Testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. How are we doing, guys? There doesn't appear to be any audio distortion today. Touch wood, but hopefully we get lucky. Right, let me just paste my stuff in other discords before I begin. Yo, hey mom, how's it going? Here is your shout out, as per norm. Yeah, I'm good. Not too bad, thank you. Here is the shirt that came today. Very happy with it. I thought they were going to blend the logo in a bit more with the actual colour of the shirt, but to get rid of the rectangle outline, but it doesn't. It's not a major issue. I was just happy to. I was just happy to receive it. To be fair. Right, I'm going to pay this dude at Pazark to see if we can get rid of the quest. I'm going to bet him literally minimum, because he smashed us last time. So yeah, we're going to wrap up as many quests as we can before we go into the main sort of ending. So we're going to just, yeah, tidy up loose ends basically. So how was your day, Mum? Was it alright? Did you work today? Oh, -1. Yes. Thank you very much. Oh, no work. Nice. So, yeah, lazy day for you then. Yeah, work was actually quite easy today. I went on just one straight route, which means I didn't have a break in between my 2 runs. I just went out once. But the thing is with that is you get to finish relatively a lot earlier. And also, I had, like, all my deliveries were in the same, like borough, if you know what I mean, like the same council area. So yeah, it was pretty easy. Went to Pinewood Studios today for 3 of them in in Slough. And I love going there because I get to see all like the props and stuff, like if there's any like, if they're making anything for films and that, I love it. Oh, okay, I'm gonna go play card. Yes. Not right now. Right, did that get rid of the quest? Yes, it did. Right, okay, so yeah, I'm just tying up loose ends in this game now, Mum. So like all these quests we've got outstanding. Some of them I can't finish because I've missed them, but the majority of them I can do. Right, I need to do this one. Oh, my controller is playing up. Right. Oh, my controller is not doing well today. What the fuck? She shouldn't be stuttering her runs like that. Oh. And the itchiness begins. Right, I'm gonna go to this dude that I need to be alone to talk to, remember? This geezer. Or I should say Revan. How did you know that? So what happens now? Oh my god, this dude just doesn't shut up. Lorgal is dead. A poisoned blade? Fuck, he's giving me 3 more targets, what? Okay, so I gotta go to Tatooine for him. Right, tell me about him. He's a shapeshifter. Oh my god, just tell me where he is. So how do I find someone who could look like anyone? Okay, Kashyyyk in the Shadowlands. Oh, he's on here. He's on this planet now. That's easy. Why would Vex set up a meeting between us? Okay. Right, I wanna actually collect on one of them. But I can't do this one because Zulin's centaur was killed when Dantooine was destroyed. Yeah, I figured as much. I wonder if I can force persuade him. You should give me Zulin's bounty anyway. Oh, great. That didn't work. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I've just fucked up the whole thing. Oh no! There he goes. Off he goes. All because I tried to force persuade him to, like, give me the credits anyway for that job. My Jedi mind trick didn't work and now he's fucked off. Oh man. Well, that could have gone better. Anyway. Let's pick up where we left off, at being failures. Well, all I said was, I want to get them done. I didn't say actually complete them. Right, is this the right area? I don't think it is, you know. No, it's not. Go back. So yeah, we've got all the star maps. We know where the Starforge is to start the end sequence of the game, but we're just gonna just tidy up a few things first and do quests that we haven't done because we didn't have certain characters before. But now we do. I can't hear any audio lag today. Hopefully there's nothing happening your end, guys.
So, Jolie, you decided to leave your little hermitage in the forest and come help us stop the Sith. I guess you realized this was worth coming out of retirement for, huh?
Yeah, that's right, Sonny. The Sith are the greatest evil to hit the galaxy since, well, the Mandalorians. And they're the worst thing since Exar Kun, blah blah blah, etc, etc, etc.
Okay, old man, you lost me there. You trying to make a point?
Look, everybody always figures the time they live in is the most epic. Most important age to end all ages. But tyrants and heroes rise and fall, and historians sort out the pieces.
Are you saying what we're doing isn't important?
Malak is a tyrant who should be stopped. If he conquers the galaxy, we're in for a couple of rough centuries. Eventually, it'll come around again. But I'd rather not wait that long. So we do what we have to do, and we try to stop the Sith. But don't start thinking this war, your war, is more important than any other war just because you're in it.
That's an interesting theory, but I don't buy it. The Republic stands for something. It stood for something for 15,000 years, and if it falls, everything will change forever.
You believe whatever you need to get through this, Sonny. The bottom line is we both want to stop Malak. So let's not get hung up on the details. Let's just get back to stopping him.
Alright. Hadn't noticed. Good. Good, I'm glad you hadn't noticed. That's a good thing. It's definitely a good thing. Oh, who's missing? Oh, Jolie. What the fuck? Jolie, 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 Jolie. Where the fuck is he? Oh, you're there. Where the fuck? Dude. Can't have my crewmates walking out on me.
Jolie, it is you. I need your help.
Laura, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why, whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolie. Sunry has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But how?
It's all a mistake, Jolie. Sunry isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Elora. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Elora. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry. Somehow.
Right, we need to speak to the judges. The judges. I would like to investigate the murder case involving Sunry.
I suppose you're Sunry's only hope. We have to at least try to help him. almost seems too heavily stacked, doesn't it? Very suspicious.
Right. So, I feel it only necessary to speak to Sunnery himself first. You know, get a grips of the situation. Ah, there he is.
Jolie, what are you doing here? Alora sent me, Sunnery. I'm here to get you out of this mess. The courts went and made us arbiters for your case. Just like old times, eh, Jolie? You come swooping in out of nowhere to save my tail from the fire? You saved my wrinkle butt more than a few times as well, friend, if I recall. But there'll be time for catching up later. Right now, we need to focus on the case. The case is a complete frame-up. Anyone looking at the evidence could see that. So I thought. But the cellcasts seem to think that there's enough to go to trial. There aren't any witnesses. All that evidence against me is circumstantial and completely flawed.
So let's go over the evidence.
Well, I was at the hotel, I admit. And I did meet Alasa there that night, but it's not what you think. I was working with Republic Intelligence. We were pretending to feed information to the Sith. Well, I turned Alessa into a double agent working for us. It was going well, too, until she turned up dead. Maybe the Sith had found out I was turning her and had her eliminated. But let's look at the facts they've given. Alessa was brutally killed. Think about that. She was a Sith, trained in battle, and I'm just a crippled old man. My war injuries make it difficult for me to walk, even to hold things. See how my hands are shaking? How could I kill a Sith warrior at close quarters? I ask you. Further, they say they found my heroes cross at a crime scene. Would I leave my war medal behind if I killed someone? Even I'm not that stupid. Obviously, the Sith planted the cross. And what about the lack of forensic evidence? Skin and hair samples, clothing fibers. Why isn't there anything like that at the crime scene? Sounds like an obvious frame-up to me. I hope you can see how the Sith are manipulating the Cellcat, and probably even you to set up this against me. We need to get this over with quickly and clear my name. Anything else I can help you with? I want my arbiter to be well prepared before we go to trial.
I need to investigate the case some more. Any ideas where I should look?
Guess you could interview witnesses at the hotel where the murder happened. Selkath already did that, but the fish folk don't have much rapport with offworlders. Maybe one of them was holding something back. But I think you'd be better off investigating the Sith themselves. Maybe you could find some proof they planted evidence to frame me. Though that might mean figuring out a way into the Sith embassy. Anything else I can help you with?
There's a few things we have to clear up. The judges said that you left after the shot was fired.
How would they know? They weren't there. I heard some of the witnesses said that too, but I swear she was alive when I left. I wonder if the Sith have been putting pressure on people to get them to convict me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. They've had it in for me since the war. You should ask everyone about that. They might admit to helping the Sith under pressure. Very well.
Okay.
Once you've gotten enough evidence to go to trial, just tell the warden we're ready.
I'm going to speak to the judges next. What do you think of Sunry? Is there anything suspicious about this case? What do you think of the Republic and the Sith Empire?
So nice to meet an impartial judge for a change. You said it, not I.
Well, so he's literally fixed on seeing Sunry go down for this already. What do you think of Sunry? Anything suspicious about the case? Ah, from behind, okay. What do you think of... Wait, did I already ask him that? No, what do you think of the Republic and the Sith Empire? I've got questions about the trial. What do you think of Sunry?
Speaking of that injury, has it been taken into consideration, Your Honor?
Anything suspicious about the case?
Simply because it was real does not mean Sunry would have overlooked it being in Elas's hand.
What do you think of the Republic against the Empire? Okay. Oh, wow, so he's very like straight down the middle. What it looks like means that's what it is. Whoa. Anything suspicious about the case? Oh no, we already asked him that, okay, fine.
The Republic believes in justice, as do you. We just want Sunry to be fairly treated, that's all.
Right. Don't question people. So not in this bit. Where's the holding cell? No, not the holding cell, sorry, the fucking hotel. I think it's back this way. This place is like a bloody maze. Okay, we're here now. Visitors Hotel. Yep, we're here.
You're the one defending Sunry now, huh? Well, the hotel's open for you. And I guess I gotta answer any questions you want too.
Tell me what you saw the night of the
The
murder.
Sith woman, Alasa, rented a room in the hotel. An hour or two later, Sunry comes in and goes to her room. A couple hours later, I hear a blaster shot and see Sunry running. He can't run good because he's a cripple, but he still was going pretty fast. I would swear he started after the shot, though.
Okay,
Yeah,
are you sure?
I'm pretty damn sure he left after the shot went off.
Could it have gone off after he
No,
left?
I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, just barely. But I wouldn't say that to the court.
So you will testify Sunnery left before the shot.
What? Why the hell should I? I'll tell them what I saw.
Oh,
now, is there
fuck.
anything else?
Damn it. What do you know about Sunnery and the Lesser?
Elasa used to rent rooms here every week or so. Then Sunry would come by a couple hours later and stay all night. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what was going on.
Tell me, okay. Who are the witnesses in the
There were
hotel?
only two other people in the hotel when it happened. One was a Rhodian named Glupor. Seems like a really dirty, shifty type. Normally I don't let his kind in here. I'm a reputable businessman, you know. But there weren't many people here, so I decided to take a chance. The other is a regular named Feareth Me. He's a Pazak player. Probably an addict, but he claims he's big in some circles. Don't know anything about him other than that. Anything else you want to know?
What do you know about Sunnery and the Lesser?
Elasa used to rent rooms here every week or so. Then Sunry would come by a couple hours later and stay all night. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what was going on.
Who are the
There were
witnesses in the
only two
hotel?
other people in the hotel when it happened. One was a Rhodian named Glupor. Seems like normally I don't let his The other is a regular named Feareth Me. Don't know anything about anything
Okay,
else.
I
you
just
wanna-
want to be reminded of the names. Alright, I have no
Well, okay.
questions.
You with the cell, Kath? You here to see me about the murder too? I told the damn fish everything I knew. What more do you all want from
Damn
me?
fish. What do you know about Sunnery and the Lesser?
Sunry, I only heard of once or twice in passing. Some sort of old-time war hero against the Sith. Seen him around in the hotel too. Going to Alasa's room always, of course. Kept the rest of the building up half the night with their damn antics usually.
You mean Sunnery was having a relationship with the Lesser?
I'm not saying anything like that. What they did in that room in private is their business. And there isn't any rule against Sith and Republic seeing each other for personal reasons. Although if you think her Sith master didn't know, you must be fooling yourself.
Sith Master?
Well, Elassa was a Sith, so of course she'd have to have someone above her. Yeah, I didn't see anything.
Maybe if I tossed in 100 credits?
Since you put it that way. Well, one time, I saw Elassa coming in wearing this big cloak. I was on my way to my room, and she normally wears stuff like that, so I didn't pay her too much attention. But this time, I accidentally brushed up against her. Accidentally, of course. And her cloak fell open. Now, I don't have any qualms about the Sith. I leave them alone, and they leave me alone. And seeing as how Elassa had a Sith lightsaber under her cloak, I'm not going to poke that hornet's.
Wow, so she was a Dark Jedi.
Seems so. But I'm not getting myself in any further with the Sith. I know how ruthless they are. Now that's all I'm going to tell you. I'll testify it to the court, but you aren't going to get anything else out of me.
Are you sure?
I was in my room, minding my own business with the latest copy of Pazak Weekly, checking out the listings for the big tournament that's going to be held here soon, when I heard a blaster shot. Being still alive, and therefore smart enough not to stick my head out immediately, I didn't go out right away. I looked out after a minute and saw Glupor in the hall by Elassa's room, and Sunray running like the wind. You can't tell me that someone who was running like that, and he was pretty fast for a cripple, isn't guilty. Yes, well,
I do love a good murder mystery. Do you know what? I'm going to bring T3 with me.
And you need...
I'm here.
Yes?
So we've spoken to him. Where's the other guy that we need to speak to? I was there, fuck's sake.
Kun selkap, John Amulira tong glupor kinba no kun nek lorcha. Glupor tong hit wanaji selkat agi inko tune glupor.
Right, why were you at the hotel? I'll ask him, what did you see first?
Glupor chi itakangki chana kilikon. Glupor nibo jimata wipun nage. Tong abagsun cham u glupor ninong. Glupor tong hit wamaji selkat ag inko tune. Tong kinba no kun nikset abag.
Why were you at the hotel?
Yun tung chiwi ita. Bola un jikne muli ra glupor. Kon muli slimo puri wanga kun biskin. Glupor kin panik chalora kun.
And what did you see?
Glupor chi ita kangki chana. Glupor tong hit wamaji selkat ad inko tune. Tong kin ba no kun.
What about Alassa's room?
Chage borang turang. Glupor wangki yumabat malyaw no wish. Glupor no una pangpa. Muli ra kong in.
How about I give you 100 credits to tell me?
Kun muli ras limo poiwanga kun makachisa glupor. Tong abog sitchan glupor ninong kili glupor chiwa aita kan kicha na selkat. Glupor nibo muli ra glupo ni glupor sha. Glupor pampa ki muli ra kun kin. Glupor chachopa si chawa wish kun. Glupor bagra shak konti cha yoman. Tong itselkat wama jiko na. Glupor ag inkotune. Glupor no molira, chuna molira. Tong glupor chachopa. Glupor bagwa shak konti machit Tong wama ji human ak. Glupor wanga kun.
Right, so he planted the medallion, the Republic medallion, in the victim's hand because one of the other Sith told him to do so. Or someone else told him to do so. Yeah, the Sith are indeed trying to point the blame at Sunry. And I'm guessing that was their room because it's sealed off. Yo, how's it going, Average? You okay, man? How are you today? Good, good. That's good to know. Glad that's good to hear.
You again. I was in my room, being still alive, and therefore smart enough not to stick my head out immediately. You can't tell me that someone who would... Yes?
Right, well, let's go to the judges then.
You were the one defending Sunry. Well, okay.
Yeah, you guys just chill and hang out while I'm doing... Mysterious Man? You weren't there before.
You, Jedi. I hear you are investigating the Sunry murder trial, are you not? This case is not at all what it appears to be. Many currents, might I say, flow beneath the surface.
What do you
This
mean?
murder is much more complicated than it may first appear. The Sunry and Elassa are proxies for their governments, and both sides want the other to fail. You can see the journey by the footprints. You understand, yes?
What?
Dear. I'm saying they both had something to do with it. They've both kept their hands in this from the start. If you want to get to the bottom of this murder, you might seek information from both the Sith and the Republic, likely in their embassies.
They'd just give it to me?
Of course not. You think state secrets are for sale on the common market? You would have to be devious to get what you want. Heed my advice, Jedi, and you may yet find the truths in this murder.
Okay, so I've got to go to both the Republic and the Sith embassies. Why are you lot still in the fucking hotel?
What?
Got something on your...
Tell me about Sunry. How do you know him?
You think because I'm a hermit, I've always been a hermit? Just because I haven't seen Sunry for 20 years doesn't mean he's not a friend. The man could have changed a lot in that span of time, though. To become a murderer, I can't see it. That's not the Sunry I knew. He was a good man. Put me up in his home for a year back after I left the Order. War hero, too. Or so I hear. I wouldn't mind helping the fellow if we can. I owe it to him. Or you can be a young monkey lizard and ignore me.
No, I don't want to ignore you, Jolie.
Got something on... Manon's an unusual place. Not for its water, mind you. It's the Kolto, healing juice. Only place where it occurs in the galaxy. And that's about all I got to say about it. Oh, I get it.
Okay, right, so let's investigate the Republic Embassy as we're here. Last Republic system, yes. Access restricted data archives, yes. Downloading Sunry incident archive, ah. A young beautiful woman enters the room, followed by a much older man. As she walks farther into the room, he softly closes the door, pulls a blaster and shoots her in the back. Oh no, this must be some sort of secret recording of Sunry murdering Alessa. So he did do it. But then let's go to the Sith Embassy and get their recording. I was thinking the other day that I need to book a week off work so I can catch up with all my late night streamers. I know, right? A lot of people in our groups, they do stream quite late. Wow, okay, let's go to the Sith Embassy to see if we need to get information from there. Recordings can be faked. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So that I'm going to go to the Sith Embassy next. Because they could have fabricated that and put it into the Republic's computer. So I'm going to go and do some snooping in their database now. Because that seems very like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a very bland recording of someone just closing the door, pulling out a blaster and shooting someone in the back. There's got to be more to it than just an outright murder, surely. I mean, we haven't got a motive yet. There's no motive. And you'd think you'd need that for an arrest, but clearly not. So there's no motive for the killing whatsoever yet so far. I wasn't sure if those droids were going to let me just walk through, but apparently they are. So I need to. I think that's not their main computer. Their main computer is in front of us over here, I believe. No, no, it's not. Hold on. Not. Would it be in the North Computer Room, possibly? I'll look in here first. You never know. That's empty. That's empty. Because we have been here once before, so it's like a lot of this stuff will be looted already. That's why there's no one here, because Fucking killed everybody. Sent them all packing. Computer panel. Right. Slice of computer. No, there's nothing here that we can do. The only thing I can think of doing now is, with this new evidence that's come to light, speak to everyone else again to see if they can, I don't know, come up with new information for me that might spell the opposite to what we've seen. But so, as Arbiter, you must defend Sunry to the best of your ability. However, you have found a data recording that clearly shows Sunry killing the Sith woman Alassa. Can you continue your role of Arbiter impartially, knowing that your client has committed such a crime? That is the big question. I'm going to speak to Sunry next. Speak to the man himself. I'm sure he'd be surprised to hear of this evidence that we've got. Yeah, this way. But like you said, Mum, you know, recordings can be fabricated, but we have to prove that it's fabricated to even get anywhere. That's even if it is. It may not be fabricated, and this old dude may be maybe more vicious than he appears. There's one thing that I'm puzzled about. Why would someone go to the trouble of paying that Rhodian to put the Republic token in the victim's hand if Sunry was already guilty? If he was already guilty, why would someone pay someone else to like frame him, make it look even worse? That's what I don't fully understand yet.
You're the one defending Sun. There were only 2 other people in the hotel when it happened. Normally, I don't let his kind. The other is a regular named Fit. Don't know anything about. Anything else you want to?
Tell me what you saw the night of the murder.
Alassa rented a room in the hotel. An hour or 2 later, Sunry comes in and goes to her room. A couple hours later, I hear a blaster shot and see Sunry running. He can't run good because he's a cripple, but he still was going pretty fast. I would swear he started after the shot. Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure he left after the shot went off.
Could it have gone off after he left?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, just barely.
I mean, if we're going to try and save him... we're going to want to fucking try and lie for him, right? I could pay you 200 credits to say it.
No. No way, I'm...
Force persuade?
Why? Now, is there anything...
No, that doesn't work. Okay,
Well,
fine.
okay.
I suppose there's nothing going to be. It's not going to be justice if we get someone to lie, is it? So.
Tong Mama G human Looper Wanga ko.
Alright, he's not willing to talk anymore, so we're not going to get anything else out of him. Yeah, can you... Oh, you guys move out my fucking way! Oh my god.
What?
You again. I was in my room, minding my own business with the latest copy of Pazak Weekly, checking out the listings for the big turn. Being still alive, and therefore smart enough not to stick my head out immediately, I didn't go out right away. You can't tell me that someone who was running like that, and he was... Yes, well...
I'm going to speak to the High Court judges next. Because what I don't understand as well is if this woman was supposed to be a dark Jedi, you'd think she'd be able to sense that she's about to get shot in the back, or she'd sense there to be some sort of danger. But it depends how good she was at sensing, you know, disturbances in the Force. She may not have been that adept. It just seems very... I mean, if he's guilty, he's guilty, but I just don't see the point in why the game would make us go to all this trouble at investigating it if he is guilty. Like, let's speak to his missus.
I hear you've been appointed as arbiter in Sunry's trial. My husband is innocent. Please don't let him go to jail for a crime he didn't commit.
Can you tell me anything about
Sunry?
Sunry?
He's a cripple. There's no way he could have overpowered this Sith woman like they claim.
That's true. I'd forgotten about that. Let's not forget that he would have to have been considerably older than the Sith woman.
Are you saying someone your age couldn't overpower a woman?
I'm a Jedi, and one who is living alone in the Shadowlands until recently. That keeps you in shape, damn it. We're talking about Sunry here.
And there's no way he would do something so dishonorable as hit her from behind. Sunry's a decorated war hero. He's a hero of the Republic.
Your husband might not be so innocent,
This is all
Alora.
a plot to discredit the Republic. Sunry is a victim of a Sith frame-up.
It's possible. I haven't seen Sunry since I crashed on Kashyyyk. The man can change a lot in that time. The man I knew could never have done this crime, however.
Find the real evidence. That's all I ask. The real evidence will prove Sunry didn't do this. I hear you've been a...
Was Sunry having an affair? Let's just go straight to the point.
Of course not. Yes. Yes, he was having an affair. He was seeing that Sith woman. After all these years we've been together, he just dropped me like that. Not publicly, oh no. But inside, that's what it feels like. He started seeing Alasa last year. I had my suspicions for a while, but he was careless. Pretty soon everyone knew. But even though I'm sure that harlot was only using him, I know he couldn't have killed her. He came and confessed to the affair to me. He said he was going there to break it off, to end it. Maybe the Sith woman attacked him, and he had to defend himself. But even though he cheated on me, inside he's still the man I loved. too kind and gentle to have killed her in cold blood.
He is a soldier, though.
That was a long time ago, in a war far, far away. He's changed now, settled down. Oh, just please, prove his innocence. This is all a plot.
It's possible.
Find the real it. I hear you've been appointed.
I have this recording showing Sunry killing Alassa.
Lies! It must be! I knew the Sith would never let a Republic hero get away. You must find Sunry innocent.
I have a recording. I mean, how else?
This is all a plot.
It's possible.
Find the real it.
Right, well, let's speak to Sunry ourselves.
Joey, coming to check in on an old man? I must confess, I would rather you were here to speak to the warden and begin my trial. Soon, old friend. We don't want to go to trial until we've got the whole picture. Oh, I grow weary of staring at these four bare walls. But I suppose you know what you're doing.
Let's go over the evidence.
Well, you know I was having an affair with Alassa. I went there to break it off that night. Well, I can tell you it wasn't easy. She was young and beautiful. But I love Alora. I knew I had to do it. I broke it off quickly as I could, and then I left. Found out later she'd been murdered when the Selkath authorities came knocking on my door. But let's look at the facts they've given. Alassa was brutally killed. Think about that. She was a Sith, trained in battle, and I'm just a crippled old man. My war injuries make it difficult for me to walk. Further, they say they found my hero's cross at the crime scene. Obviously, the Sith planted the cross. And what about the lack of forensic? I hope you can see how the Sith are. Anything else I can...
Is there anywhere else I could look that would help with the case?
Guess you could interview witnesses at the hotel where the murder happened.
I've done that already.
Did that, but I think you'd be better off investigating the Sith themselves. Maybe you could find some proof they planted evidence to frame me. Though that might mean figuring out anything else I can help you with. Go ahead, ask.
Right. There was a Rodian who planted evidence at the murder scene.
A Rodian? I didn't know there were any Rodians on Manan. Oh, except for Tyvark and this one named Glupar who was hanging around the hotel all the time. Okay, so maybe there are a whole bunch of Rodians on Manan. But what does that matter? If he planted evidence at the scene, it's a clear sign of a frame-up. He probably took all the evidence of the real killer at the same time. The evidence of a Sith conspiracy keeps getting stronger, doesn't it? I suspect there's still stuff you want to clear up. Go ahead, ask.
The judges said that you left after the shot was fired.
How would they know? They weren't there. I heard some of the witnesses said that too, but I wonder if the Sith had been... You should ask everyone about... Go ahead, ask.
I've got the Republic's data recording of you killing her.
So the truth is out. I never meant to kill her, you know. When I found out she was a Sith spy using me to gain information, something inside me just snapped. She didn't know I had found out. So I waited until she fell asleep. And then I killed her. Simple, really. But once I realized what I'd done, I panicked. I contacted those spies from the Republic to help me. They found the illegal monitoring device that the Sith had planted in the room, altered its recording to hide my part in it, and cleared up the evidence. I figured that was the end of it.
But the Sith found out the truth, didn't they?
The Sith must have been spying on me and Alassa, trying to make sure she wasn't a double agent. They must have seen the Republic spies getting rid of all the evidence, so they planted their own evidence. Alassa must have stolen that hero's cross from me long ago, and given it to us Sith Masters like some kind of trophy. I just thought I'd misplaced it. But when the cross turned up on her body, I knew the Sith had put it there. So, now you know the whole story. What are you going to do?
Well, I won't, I'm not going to say confess because it's his right to still choose guilty or not guilty. Let's go on with the trial.
Sunry is a murderer. I'm sorry, old friend, but you are. I can't approve of this. You go ahead, however, if that's what you think is best. I'm glad you decided to see reason in this. If I'm convicted, it could cause trouble for the Republic Embassy here on Manan. And none of us want that, now do we?
Wait, why did I get dark side points for that? What do you know about the murder of Alassa? I want to begin Sunry's trial now. Yes, I'm fucking sure. He's basically just confessed, but I'm still going to give him a fair trial. Oh my, there's literally nothing we can do to fucking help him, man. He's confessed, we've got a recording. No sign of a fabrication. No evidence of a fabrication, sorry. I mean, if he's a murderer, then that's his own problem. He's an idiot for doing what he did. Oh god.
I'm sorry, Sunry. And Alora, there's nothing more we can do.
Oh, Sunny, no!
I mean, I don't know what he expected to happen. He confessed, and then, I still thought we could give him a fair trial, but there was really no point in trying, was there? Not after that fucking confession that he made. Yeah, exactly. You know, I tried to find evidence of any, you know, tampering with the recording, but there wasn't any. It just seemed too. It just seemed too, you know, complacent that it would just be what it was. Do you know what I mean? I thought in my head there has to be some sort of other factor, but no. Found the recording and that just proved that he did it. That was all. Should have told us the truth from the beginning. Okay, right, quests wise, there's nothing more we can do on this planet. I'm thinking.
Got something on your...
What do you think of Sunry's verdict?
You did what was necessary. Sunry was guilty. As sad as that fact makes me, justice had to be done. Doesn't matter that his victim was a Sith or that he was once a hero. I only wish that my old friend hadn't done it. But that's the thing about wishes. They don't come true. And now Sunry's dead, which is a shame. He was a good man, you know, once. I don't want to talk about this anymore. My jaw aches.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Jody. He really wanted to believe his friend was innocent.
Oh, I get it.
Okay. Back to the ship. I'm just going to do a quick party shuffle to see if there's any new dialogue that anyone has got. I'm going to get Canderous out here. Actually, no, I'll board the ship because then they'll all be there anyway, so I don't have to waste my time doing that. Pardon me. Right, we know Mission's brother is on Tatooine, so we'll do that when we go there.
Yeah, what do you want? Your choice.
Okay, he's got nothing else to say. Right. Euthora has told you that one of your rivals, Lashao, may be a good one to approach. She might very well easily be tricked into allowing you to help her. Euthora says that you must be ruthless if you are to take advantage of that situation. And I don't know if I could do this quest now anyway, because I've already done the Sith homeworld like main quest. Same with this one as well. That was on the same. Well, no, I definitely can't do that because I killed the master, so I can't tell him that the. I basically can't do that one. So I'll leave these two be. I might look up that one to see if I can do it after I've done the main quest for that planet. Give me a second. Is a dimension possible after killing Uther? Don't believe I can do this now. Nope. It's not possible for me to do them because basically you can only collect so much prestige before these quests let you move on, and because I'd already got enough prestige to carry on with the main quest that involves these two, I didn't get the chance to cash in on them, if that makes sense. So I definitely did this one, but I wasn't given the chance to complete it off, like to write it off, sort of thing. So really, there's not much else to do.
Got something on you?
So you never did actually say why you decided to come with me.
Oh, I never did I?
Are you always going to be this elusive?
Elusive? Me elusive? Obviously, you've never tried to grab a Twi'lek dancing girl after drinking too much Onderan Willick juice. At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on.
Move on to
To
where?
bed. I'm old and tired, you know. How many kilometer-high trees can you find an interest in before you figure you've had enough? I'd bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. And then there's all the critters and the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask?
You can do that on your own, you know.
Good. Not having a ship does tend to put a damper on that kind of idea, however. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued.
You know what my destiny
Of course
is?
not. Weren't you listening last time? I can see that you have a destiny before you, but the details are far from clear. In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off, as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you, but... I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make you sick.
So you're coming along to not offer your opinions?
I'll remind you that you're the one who started pumping me for information. Like an old man doesn't have anything better to do. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. You remind me a bit of Nomi. That can't be all bad.
Who's Nomi?
Nomi Sunrider. She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, fine lass. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere if you stand around chatting up old men all day.
So you're along as some kind of observer?
Nonsense. If I ever refused to help you when you asked, how confused can one person be anyway? One thing I will say is that this little escapade does remind me a bit of my adventuring days before the war. Those were exciting times. Or at least it would remind me of those times if we didn't stand around. What's keeping you? You're too young to be so talkative. Shoo! Shoo!
He's fucking shooing us away. The old coot. Shoo!
Something on
Shoo!
you. Oh, I get it.
Rude bastard.
How may I be of assistance to you? What is it you would... Of course.
Okay, and just to make sure if there's any more dialogue with him, I'm gonna jump off and jump back on the ship. Oh, I'm also gonna speak to Karth next, actually. We've left it a bit late, but I've started to sort of make a little bit of a romance with him.
Yes, what's on your mind? You got it.
Because I thought, do you know what, fuck it. I'm getting to the end of the game and I haven't started seeing anyone, so I just thought he'll do. He's good enough. He'll satisfy my palate.
I get it.
Better late than never. I know, right? What can I say? I'm a late bloomer. No, you're not Jolie. You are far from Jolie.
Got something on.
You mentioned something about your adventuring
Did I
days.
say that? Strange the tricks memory plays on you when you get older.
So you weren't an
Didn't I
adventurer?
say that my past was my affair? You don't see me poking and prodding you with questions, do you?
You're just not used to company. Stop being an old coot.
I might be, but a mouthy young thing like yourself shouldn't get to call me an old coot, damn it. And besides, you don't really want to hear about me. We're talking ancient history. Probably before you were born. History bores kids. Proven fact.
Yeah, well, old people love to talk about history. Proven fact.
Oh, fine, fine. Have it your way. Just don't cry about it later. Yes, I was an adventurer. Happy now? I wasn't even done with my Jedi training back then. I had a full head of hair and an eagerness to see absolutely everything. Sound familiar? The Council was never happy with willful, brash Jolie Bindo, you see. Even less so when I began my smuggling career.
You were a smuggler?
Don't look at me like that, damn it. I wasn't always the wrinkled coot I am now, you know. I can still fight, too. So wipe off that smirk I see there. At the time, the Yukata system was interdicted by its own king. He preferred to keep his people starving and poor, all the better to oppress them. The Senate was trying to negotiate a peace, but they were getting nowhere as usual. I decided I wasn't going to wait. I found myself a ship and a partner, and we began smuggling food and supplies to the Yukata citizenry through the blockade.
Where did you get the credits for all the supplies?
Well, we didn't buy all the equipment per se. Some were happy to donate goods. Some we just knew had more than they could use.
So you... Fuck's sake. So you stole it.
Stole is such a harsh word. They would have donated those goods readily enough if they were compassionate. I considered it a tax on the greedy. We only got caught once. A lone Yukatish frigate shot us down and forced a crash landing. I thought the Force had abandoned me, as I remember.
And what happened then?
Well, as it happens, getting shot down turned out to be very fortunate. That day was the day
Let me guess, the day you met your other half? Was her name Nomi?
Well, that was the day I met my wife.
You were married?
You know another way to get a wife? But yes, when I met her. If it's all the same to you, I'd prefer to stop talking now,
That was a touchy subject for him.
Got something on you.
Christ.
I get it.
You know another way to get a wife? It's like he started to raise his voice higher and higher throughout that sentence.
What is it you would... Of course.
Alright, let's do that again. Out and in. So we can catch up with his story. Otherwise I won't be able to clear off his quest. That's the only reason why I'm doing this. No worries, Mum. No worries. I'm not going to go anywhere just yet.
Got something on you.
You mentioned something about your wife before.
I want to talk about that.
Well, I don't mean to pry,
you
but...
do. You may mean well enough, but my private affairs are just that. Private. Let me tell you something. Once you've lived as many years as I have, you'll have yourself a long list of memories. If you're lucky, most of them will be good. If you're not, some will be bad. If you're really unlucky, some will be so bad you'll never want to be reminded of them again, ever. You'll go far away, to a place that doesn't hold any memories at all. And there you'll be happy just to forget and be forgotten.
Is that why you went to Kashyyyk? To be forgotten?
Partly, maybe. I doubt I could ever explain it to you fully, even if I wanted to. Let me ask you this. Have you ever been in love? Truly in love, I mean, and not simple infatuation.
What? Excuse me. Well,
Exactly. You're still at the beginning of your life. There will be men in your life, perhaps many men. But if you're fortunate, you'll find love. The Jedi, with their damnable sense of overcaution, would tell you love is something to avoid. Thankfully, anyone who's even partially alive knows that's not true.
aren't you worried about the dark side at all?
Love doesn't lead to the dark side. Passion can lead to rage and fear, and can be controlled. But passion is not the same thing as love. Controlling your passions while being in love, that's what they should teach you to beware. But love itself will save you, not condemn you. Listen to me go on as if I had all the answers. What do I know of love anymore? I'm just a lonely old man who's not even a Jedi.
No, I want to hear what you have to say.
Do you? I wouldn't listen too closely. I'm no authority on anything. I just think that the greatest things in life shouldn't be avoided because they come with a few complications. Love causes pain, certainly. Inevitably, love is going to lead to as much sorrow and regret as it does joy. I suppose there are perfect eternal loves out there, but I haven't seen any. And how do you deal with the bad part of love is what determines your character. What determines the dark side's hold over you.
So what happened between you and your wife then?
I haven't changed my mind. I'm still not going to talk about it. You go and find your own love if you want to know so badly. I'll tell you one thing. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you and the one you love simply aren't meant to be together. The trick is to know when that is. To know when it's time to fight and when it's time to part ways. There I go, waxing philosophical again. Somebody blast me already. Let's get going before I start talking in riddles, damn it.
Right, I don't think he's got anything else to say at the moment, but we'll do one more exchange. We'll try and do one more exchange, and if it doesn't work, we will just move on to the Starforge planet. Which is going to be very exciting.
Yeah, what do you want? Your choice.
Wait a second, where am I going?
Got something on you.
Why did you leave the Jedi?
Who said I left the Jedi?
You did. You said you weren't a Jedi any longer.
Technically, I was only a Padawan. Not that that makes a difference to most, but as for the Order itself, no, I never left it. It left me.
What do you mean by
You
that?
know what I hate? Well, lots of things really, but I'm old and easily annoyed, but that's besides the point. What I really hate are how most people view the Jedi. Everyone thinks that the Jedi are perfect, that they can do no wrong. They think the Jedi Council is completely incapable of injustice.
Let me guess, you disagree.
Damn right I disagree. The Jedi are just as capable of injustice as anyone else. They may try harder, sure, but sometimes they get it wrong. And I'm not even talking about how some of us fall to the dark side. No, that's plenty indication of our fallibility, but it's something else entirely. No, I'm talking about how more than often not, your average robe-wearing Jedi can try to do the right thing and still be completely wrong.
So the Jedi wronged you in some way, I take it.
No, the Jedi always treated me well. It would be foolish and untrue to say otherwise. That's not what I meant anyway. Come to think of it, I don't have to be clear. Someone my age is entitled to ramble, damn it. But for your sake, I'll try to explain. I'll tell you a little tale about a Jedi master I once knew. Hortath, I think. Or was it Hortoth? I can never get it straight.
Go on, I'll
Where
listen.
was I then? Oh yes, Master Hortath. He was a kindly old Jedi who meant well, but the most nearsighted thing in the Corps, I swear. He would walk into walls, knock over tables, mistake apprentices for rancor beasts, that sort of thing. And he was too proud to submit to proper treatment. Some used to counsel him and urge to use the Force, Master Hortath. Allow the Force to see for you. But he refused to believe that his eyes were failing. He simply squinted more and more as the years went on. The other Jedi resignedly passing it off as the amusing quirk of a compassionate old man.
Welcome back, Mum. Go on.
So, one day a young Padawan meets Master Hortath in the courtyard and, not knowing of his blindness, asks him for directions to the council. Quite sure of himself, Hortath gave the lad directions, which happened to lead back outside and away from the Enclave. The Padawan is confused, naturally. He asks if Master Hortath is sure, and of course Master Hortath says that he is. The Padawan suggests that perhaps he should ask someone else, but the proud Hortath now feels insulted. He tells the Padawan to take the route he prescribed and no other. Rather dejectedly, the Padawan did as he was told, and so ended up leaving the Jedi Order. It was decided that the boy's fate was to leave the Order anyway, though whether that was out of respect for Hortath or because the boy went on to something else, well, we'll never know.
So you knew this Master Hortath or the Padawan?
No, both of them were from before my time. Well before the Sith Wars, even. The tale is about blindness, and I thought the point was clear. At any rate, you think about it. You're the one who asked why the Jedi left me, remember? Now let's get going. My feet are itching for a good run. Got something on your mind?
What do you know about the Sith? Do you know what, before he goes into that, I'm going to get something to eat real quick. You dig the top. Oh, cheers, mate. And welcome, Cyber Knight. How are you? Ah, Mum beat me to the shout out. Well done. Yeah, if you want to see it in its glory, I'll stand up for you guys. Lift it up a bit more. There you go. Yeah, I mean it looks okay on camera. It's a shame because when I sit down, you can't really see it when I sit down. But oh well, it is what it is. I will be back in a minute, guys. And sorry to hear that you're struggling with hay fever. I can't say I've ever had that issue. Okay. Tell me about the Sith.
Bad men. Women too, to be fair.
You must know more than that.
Indeed. They make a fine sandwich also. But don't tell the Jedi Council I said that.
They make a fine sandwich. You're being elusive on purpose.
And just what gave you the impression that I know anything more about the Sith than you do?
You did. You said you fought them.
Oh, that's right. Damn the years of the young. I was expecting you to be your usual inattentive self when I mentioned that. So it's true, yes. I fought plenty of Sith. That was during the time of Exar Kun. Oh, 40 years ago now. Has it been that long?
Happens every year, mate. I can't help it. Yeah, that must suck. Do you have tablets for that, or do you just have to suffer with it? Who is Exar Kun again?
Exar was a Jedi who was corrupted by ghosts of the old Sith, or so they say. He attempted to conquer the Republic and create a new golden age of the Sith.
Sort of like Revan. I mean, me. I assume he was killed.
To say he was defeated, but essentially yes. The victory did not come easily, however.
Tablets do help. Oh, that's fair enough. At least you got something then. Are these the same Sith that we're fighting now?
No, of course not. The Sith have come and gone for ages. They were not called the Sith many thousands of years ago, perhaps. But the dark side was always present, without a doubt. Oh, sure, occasionally the light side comes close to vanquishing the dark. But the dark always returns. The fact that Exar Kun was defeated didn't mean the Sith would never return, as they obviously have now. Everyone knows that.
What happened during the war with Exar Kun
That
then?
is not a pleasant time to remember. After Exar Kun fell to the dark side, he attempted to recruit other Jedi to his cause. What surprised us, what took us completely unprepared, was how utterly successful he was. Many Jedi joined him and became Sith themselves. Why they did, I will never truly know, but they did. Battle broke out throughout the Order, pupil against master. We fought ourselves.
That must have been difficult.
Yes, more than difficult. Next to impossible. How do you fight against someone you love? Pah, I dislike such memories. It leaves a taste in the mouth that... it is a sadness I thought I'd put aside long ago. Ask me about the war some other time, just not now. I would prefer to be by myself for now.
Okay, so we're going to keep doing this until we can't speak to him anymore. So we're going to keep leaving the ship and go back in the ship to keep triggering these conversations, because that apparently works, which I didn't know it did until now. If it was that easy, I would have done this from the beginning.
Got something on you?
Do you want to talk about the war now?
Not particularly.
Depending on how tomorrow goes, may continue with Halo. Okay, that sounds cool. I'm literally like, after this conversation, I'm going to head out to the Starforge. Start triggering the end of the game.
I suppose you're going to nag me until I cough it up, aren't you? Nothing is private anymore, it looks like. There's no escaping it, I guess. So be it. My wife's name was Nayama. She was the Yukanis enforcer who shot me out of the sky, if you remember.
Are you going senile? I didn't ask about your wife, old man. Oh shit. What does your wife have to do with the war?
My wife had plenty to do with the war. Upon meeting her, I knew right away that she was strong in the Force. That's why she was able to shoot me down. Nayama was a marvel of a woman. Fiery, determined, smart. She dragged me to the capital and foiled 3 of my attempts to escape prison. Oh, and that body.
Focus now. The war?
Well, yes, that. Needless to say, I eventually won her over. That was after I kidnapped her upon being broken out of the Yucata's prison, mind you. But, that's another story entirely. At any rate, I wanted to train her in the Jedi way. The Council refused my request, naturally. I was still a Padawan at the time. I was an experienced Padawan, surely, but not yet ready to be a full Jedi, and certainly not ready to train another, especially not one so old as my wife.
So you disobeyed the council, like I did.
I wasn't the first, and I won't be the last. The problem with self-righteous folk is they think they're more right than everyone else. I believed in her and trained her in secret. I ignored her willful nature. I loved her too much to see fault in her. She loved me too. I know she did. At the time, our love was a shared bliss. Better than anything I had known before or since.
So what happened?
Kun is what happened. Neyama was inspired by Exar's promises of a new golden age. She wanted to join him. She came to me, pleading with me to throw aside what she called the decrepit trappings of the Jedi, to join her in Exar's war.
So she had fallen to the dark side?
I hadn't thought so, not right then. I was too proud to believe that of her. I had trained her myself. I loved her. I pleaded with her to reconsider, to think about all that she was throwing away, to think about what she would become. She would have none of it. Finally, in frustration, she attacked me. She drew her lightsaber and attempted to strike me down. It was a scene being repeated everywhere throughout the galaxy. Pupil against master. In my case, it was a long and terrible battle, but I defeated her.
Did you kill her?
No. I had her at my mercy, disarmed and defenseless. She looked up at me and she knew. She knew I couldn't do it.
I don't think I could have either.
I should have. Sometimes I convince myself otherwise, but it's no use. She had fallen to the dark side when she raised her saber against me, and I let her go. To my shame, she went on to kill many Jedi during the war, until she herself was slain in the final battle. I grieved for her death, inevitable as it was, even as the Jedi Council put me on trial for my actions once the war was over.
They put you on trial?
I trained Neyama against their wishes. I had failed to kill her when I had the chance. She went on to kill others. Not to mention that I had remained a Padawan throughout the war. A formality, perhaps, but with a trial, it had to be decided if I was worthy to become a Jedi at all. It was a travesty, of course. I told you that even the Jedi were capable of great injustices, didn't I?
So you think you didn't deserve to be punished?
Of course I deserved to be punished. They found me innocent, and even though I deserved every punishment and more, they let me go. Mitigating circumstances, they said. I deserved compassion, they said. They said I had learned wisdom the hard way. For all I had done during the war, they wished to raise me to full Jedi status at long last. That was when the Jedi left me. That was when they failed me.
So he got the ump originally and left because they didn't find him guilty, or they didn't punish him for what he did. So that's the reason why he left, because they didn't punish him. Basically, he feels guilty about what he did, and he feels like he should be punished.
No, maybe you don't at that. They may have been able to forgive me. I could never forgive myself.
And you still believe love is worth the risk?
Yes, I do, I suppose. Does that surprise you? It is all so long ago, lost in the winds, I suppose. Nobody cares what an old man believes anymore, do they? Let's continue on with the task at hand. I would prefer to think of the present today.
Okay. He's got a lot to say about his backstory as well. Oh. don't know why I'm so itchy tonight, man. Fucking neck, eyes, chest. Fucking itching everywhere.
Got something on.
So when did you go to
That
Kashyyyk?
was not until many years later, to tell the truth. I spent quite some time wandering the galaxy.
Let me guess, travelling from planet to planet doing good
Nothing
deeds.
so extravagant. I merely traveled from place to place. I don't even think I knew what I was searching for. It wasn't as if my travels were pleasant either. There were plenty of folks who distrusted the Jedi after the war, or worse.
What could be
People
worse?
were treating me with suspicion. They were looking at me with greed. I don't know how many thought they could make use of me for their own ends. I got so sick of the treachery and deceit. I left the civilized parts of the galaxy and headed instead for the uncivilized parts.
So that's when you went to
Actually, I was
Kashyyyk?
on my way somewhere else when I crash-landed on Kashyyyk. The ship I was using was a rust bucket.
Why didn't you just fix your ship and keep going?
I'm no mechanic. And besides, after you plunge nose first in the trunk of a 5-kilometer-high tree, chances are you don't have much ship left.
So you survived a crash landing on
I'd taken
Kashyyyk.
some damage passing through an unexpected asteroid field, as I recall. But I wasn't completely without some systems. I could still guide her a bit when I crashed. It wasn't what I would call the smoothest landing, especially considering I ended up smack at the depths of the Shadowlands. But I lived.
What the... Okay, so you crashed and
Sure,
stayed.
why not? Seemed like an interesting enough place to spend a couple of decades exploring.
Decades, fucking hell. And the Wookiees didn't mind your presence.
Oh, they did at first, oh yes. I can't say I was overly pleased to encounter a group of indigenous giant carpets either, I can assure you of that. No. I was the intruder in their land, after all. They got to trust me well enough after a couple of decades of my aid. When
You
I
helped
could,
them?
I would assist a few young ones who would get lost in the Shadowlands or attacked unexpectedly by the wildlife. I must say, for a while there, the Wookiees actually thought I was some kind of benevolent forest god. Amusing, really. I set them straight eventually.
Why didn't you stop the slavery of the Wookiees
At
then?
first, when the slavers took to hunting down lone Wookiees in the fringes of the Shadowlands, I did my best to divert them. Later, when Shundar made his deal, I didn't see any point. I wasn't here to save them from their own sad follies, after all.
Sounds like you enjoyed being a god.
Nonsense. I had no idea that's what they were thinking for a long time. I just thought they were being friendly neighbors, leaving fruit and such for me. Later, when I started to understand some of their grunting, I realized they would say prayers to the Hairless One before descending into the forest. Hairless One. I used to have plenty of hair, I tell you. At any rate, it took a few bruises, but I set the record straight.
A few
I
bruises?
traveled to Rookwaro and met with the chieftain in front of everyone. Freyr swatted at me just to see if I was real or not. I was real, and while it was a light swat, Wookiees are terribly strong. I was knocked out cold for a day. The Wookiees all thought it was quite funny.
Wasn't it all a bit primitive for you?
Not really. Kashyyyk is a place you can feel very small in. It felt good to devote my time to helping people and living simply.
You didn't receive any news from the
What can I
outside.
say? I did it all for the Wookiees. The Wookiees? Well, okay, maybe I needed some time on a quiet and remote planet, but if you ever need a friend, incredibly strong hairball isn't a bad call.
You sound quite
I
fond of
suppose
them.
I am in a way, despite the smell. For a race of gardeners, they've developed quite interestingly.
Gardeners?
You remember the alien computer, correct? Kashyyyk was meant to be an agricultural planet. The Wookiees were made for a reason, or at least that's what I'm thinking. But I'm an old man who's had a long time to develop that opinion, so so don't argue with me. At any rate, we should be moving along, don't you think? If you sat around this long in the Shadowlands, a pack would eat you.
I wonder how much, like, dialogue he's got and when it's going to end. This is going on forever. I thought it would only be like 3 or 4 times. I must have been in and out like 6 times already.
Got something on.
So, if you liked Kashyyyk so much, why did you want to leave?
Back to that again.
I find it hard to believe you left the Wookiees just for some adventure.
What's the best way for me to approach this? Perhaps it's time for a little story.
Couldn't you just answer the question for once?
You just keep quiet there, you. I've had to put up with all your busybody questions, haven't I? Well, now you listen to a story, damn it. Now, where was I? Oh, yes, the story. You almost made me
He's
forget
cracking me up.
Nice try, but I'm not that old just yet. Now then, a young man sees a terribly venomous snake in his small village. Nervous, he watches the snake carefully until it leaves. The young man follows the snake into the forest. He clears the branches out of its path and helps it over obstacles. He even works to keep it fed.
This is a very long story.
Many nights pass, and still the young man continues to follow the snake. He even follows it into the sands of the great desert. In the desert, the snake eventually grows hungry. It turns and bites the young man. Its poison quickly working its way into his system. Finally, curious, the snake looks at the boy as he lays dying and asks, "Why were you foolish enough to follow me all the way out into the desert?" The boy looks back and replies, "Did I follow you? I thought I was leading you away from everyone else." And then he died.
Am I supposed to be the snake?
Now, that's what I wanted to see for myself.
And what's your judgment so far?
I've told you before that you have a destiny before you. This does not mean, however, that your future is already written. You have the choice of which direction you take your destiny in. More than engine-sucking Andor, certainly. But even he had a choice. So far, you've chosen to take the lighter path. Can you stay that course, even through the challenges ahead? We'll have to wait and see. I'm not here to judge you or tell you which path to take. I'm here ready to offer you my help, should you ask for it. I do that because I think it's important. More important than remaining in my home and pretending the galaxy doesn't exist.
Thank you, Jolie. I'm glad you came.
I'm rather glad I came too, really. You're a fine young lass. I hope things turn out well for you. Now then, I've chatted enough for one lifetime. Let's get this show on the road, shall we?
Hell yeah. And look at that. Just like that, his quest mission is gone. But for some reason we can't do it anyone else's yet. Right, I'm going to Tatooine to look for Mission's brother. That's next on my list of things to do. Pardon me.
Yes, what's on your... You got it.
How may I be of assistance? What is it you would... Of course.
Okay, nothing from them. Canderous?
Yeah, what do you want? Your choice.
Okay, and mission's gonna... Yeah, we're gonna help mission out now. So, mission and... Zelda. Let's bring the duo back together again. Okay.
Luchua penki baba has. Bismillah.
Right, just gonna sell some shit before we move on. Okay, we're getting in the money. It's the most we've had so far throughout the whole game. Oh man. Right, mission. Where's your brother at?
I've been thinking about Lena and what she said about Griff. You know, how he was always blaming other people for his problems.
You mean you might believe her story?
Of course not. Not really. But what if it was his idea to leave me behind? I'm not saying Griff would just abandon me, but maybe he did want to leave me behind. Just temporarily, you know? He might have done that if he planned on coming back later, but things don't usually work out for Griff the way he planned, you know? And that's when he'd get in trouble. He was always borrowing money he could never pay back. He might have been trying to skip out on his debts when he left Harris. He would have to leave his little sister behind so it would look like he was coming back.
So he sacrificed you to save his own hide?
Well, no, not exactly. Look, all I'm trying to say is that the more I think back, the more I realize I might be idolizing my brother a bit, not seeing all his faults. I still want to find him. I need to see him again. It's just that I'm not sure how I'll react when I do.
I think he deserves a swift kick in the groin for what he did.
Maybe. We'll see. I don't want to judge him yet. Maybe Lena was lying. Or maybe she wasn't. All I know is I'd like to speak to Griff myself. If we have time, I'd like to go talk to the Zerka Corp rep on Tatooine and see what he has to say about where my brother is now.
I love it, she's talking about going to Tatooine like we're not even there. When we are. Oh no, I've got to speak to the woman, haven't I? Got to speak to this one.
Greetings again from the offices of Zerga.
I'm looking for a miner named Griff.
There's no Griff here. Never heard of him. No, I don't remember a single Griff on the Zerka Corporation payroll.
How certain of you are that? I would leave sooner if I knew. Right. Force persuasion. You want to tell me about Griff?
Can you spare me a few moments? I have something I want to get off my chest. I want to tell you about one of our workers. His name was Griff. We hired that
Yes.
Twi'lek some time ago. Not a good worker, according to his crew chief. Always complaining and faking injuries to get out of work. He entered false timesheets and slept through his shifts. We even suspected him of stealing Zerka Corporation supplies, although we could never prove it.
Sounds like
We
him.
would have fired him, but we needed workers. It would have been better for him if he had been fired. Then the Sand People wouldn't have gotten him. He was
Sand
lost in a
People?
Sand People raid we suffered not too long ago. There were prisoners taken, but our rescue parties never found anyone alive. In the end, it just wasn't cost-effective to keep searching. All miners sign a waiver absolving Zerka Corporation of liability in these circumstances.
Oh god, did the Sand People kill
We
Griff
didn't
or
find
not?
his body, so we have to assume he was taken prisoner. Whether he's still alive, I couldn't say. That's all I can tell you. I shouldn't even have said this much. This is all privileged corporate information. I could lose my job.
Is there some type of
As I
reward for
said,
saving
all
him?
employees have signed waivers absolving Zerka Corporation of any financial liability if this occurs. I suppose you could apply for a special dispensation from the Zerka Corporation representative kiosk on Coruscant. Business hours only, please.
I'm not going to go all the way to Coruscant just
Farewell.
for that. Okay. So we need to go all the way back to the Sand People camp. We've been there before, so we know, and we're on okay terms with the Sand People. We just don't want to do anything to piss them off still, though. And I'm thinking in this sense we might want to bring HK with us. Oh, where the fuck's Mission gone? because HK is the only one that was able to translate what they were saying last time, so... Just makes sense to have him with us for this time. Right, awareness. What weapons you got, mate? Just out of curiosity. Alright. So you've been liking this game so far, Mum? Do you like what you've been watching?
Oh, it's you again. Good hunting out there.
I mean, you do have to like Star Wars to really get into it, but apart from that, I think it's in the time that in the year that it was made, it's really not a bad game. Because I think this was like 2003, 2004 game. Another good choice. Well, I just thought in my head, what could I do? You know, because obviously I wanted to do the Star Wars marathon anyway, and every game that I've played to do with Star Wars has just been very good. So I just thought, fuck it, why not? I thought to myself, I'll let my community be the judge of that as well. So it's one thing having my own opinion, but it's quite refreshing to get other people's opinions as well. Now, are you not going to let me pass? Yes, you are. Good. We're friends, remember? I come in peace. Yeah, so the next one I'll be playing is the same game as this one, but it'll be number 2. So, Knights of the Old Republic 2. And it'll be my very first playthrough as well. I've never played that game in my life. So I can't even tell you if it's good or not. I'm just going to have to play it by ear. But if it's as good as this one, then I think we're in for a treat. Sounds good. Yeah, definitely. I'm quite excited. Ah, that looks like another Twi'lek, and his name's Griff.
You there? I'm a high-ranking executive at the Zerka Corporation. There's a big reward if you take me back to Anchorhead.
Griff, don't you recognize me? It's Mission.
Mission? Is it really you? I heard Taurus was destroyed. I thought you were dead. Oh, joy of joys, my little sister is alive.
I have to ask you something, Griff. It's important. I ran into Lena. She said it was your idea to leave me on Terrace. It isn't true, is it?
Well, there's the truth and then there's the truth, you know? I always meant to go back to Taurus, just as soon as I had the credits to pay off my debts. But credits have been hard to come by.
You mean it's true? It was your idea to leave me there? I'm your sister. How could you abandon me like that?
Come on, sis. You didn't need me to look after you anymore. You may have been young, but you knew how to take care of yourself. Besides, you're here now. I mean, everything worked out fine.
That's it? That's That's all you have to say to me after all these years, after deserting me on Terrace?
Well, that, and, could you please get me out of here? You got a tough-looking friend there.
I can't just let you out. This whole place would turn on me.
We'd be risking everything just to get you out. That doesn't bother you?
You can't abandon me here. These sand people, they're animals.
I'll try talking to the Sand People chieftain. That's the best I can do.
Better appreciate it.
You know I do, miss you. You know I do. Honest this time.
Yeah, because we're on good relations with them, so I'm not going to piss them off just for his sake. And I doubt Sand People aren't known to kill their prisoners. More like enslave him and make him do whatever work they want him to do. Which is better than dying. Where is this fucking chief anyway? There he is.
Query. What do you wish to ask of him, Master?
Okay. Ask about captives.
Clarification.
Ask about getting Griff set free.
Translation. Translation. He says that by his very presence, this Griff defiles their home and land. He is without any semblance of usefulness to them.
Yep, that would be Griff.
Extrapolation. I will assume we are free to take him. It is doubtful they will even waste the effort to kill him. Perhaps we could do it, Master.
Tell him farewell for now.
Translation. We are free to leave.
Okay. Well, that was easy. Oh, no, not that way. I remember my last playthrough, I completely fucked up because if you, like I was saying when I came here in this earlier playthrough, if you try and loot their boxes, I think you're allowed to loot like 1 or 2, but if you try and loot too many, they'll just automatically, every single one just attack you. And I had to fight off each and every one of them. It was quite heartbreaking having to kill them all.
You're back! You've come to let old Griff out, right?
You can just keep waiting, Griff. We'll get you out of there when it suits us.
We used to be so close, sis. Now, I know we've had our differences, but I really need to get out of here now. No fooling.
The Sand People said you can go run to Anchorhead.
You can find your way from there, right? Can you manage that? What? Is there something else?
Well, I wanted to thank you, and, you look like you're doing well. Financially, I mean. Say, could you spare me a few credits to get back on my feet?
You're hitting me up for credits. I don't believe this. Lena was right about you, Griff. We should have just left you to the Sand People. Don't talk to me anymore. Ever.
That didn't go well. Sis was always a little too fiery for her own good. She'll cool down in time.
Time to go. Catch you later. Oh, yeah, no worries, Mum. Thank you very much for being in, as always. And I will hopefully see you soon. Yeah, I'll post in Discord when I think I'll be live next, so you won't hopefully miss the next one.
She'll be okay. We had our fights before. Too bad, though. I really could have used a helping hand right now. You may have saved my life, but I don't have a single credit to my name. Say, you wouldn't be able to spare me some credits, just till I get back on my feet, you know?
God, this guy's relentless. Now he's trying to hit us up. Oh, well, look, if he only wants 100, then
that's
fine.
It, huh? Figured you'd be able to spare a bit more than that. You know, I'll take whatever I can get. Del Creta, the manager over at the Zircus supply shop, said I could come work for him if I ever get tired of the mines. Yeah, I think I'll go take him up on his offer. You know, maybe there's something else you can help me with. I need to talk to a guy first and set up the details, but if you're interested in a job, come see me in Greta's shop. Goodbye, Mission. I'm glad you're not dead.
What quest did... Before he left, Griff suggested you stop by this... Oh, for fuck's sake. So, I tried to clear this quest, and now I've just ended up adding to it. Oh. I'm gonna beat you out, mate. It's a race to the finish. Oh no! He's beating us. You're cheating. Somehow. Right, fast travel back, because that will probably be quicker than running all the way back. Right, Mission's not going to want to see her brother again, as she just stated, so we're going to swap her out for... maybe Jolie. We haven't brought him to Tatooine before. Maybe he'll like the scenery.
Just the person I was hoping to see. Mission didn't come with you, I see. Well, guess she's still mad at me. Oh well, it's probably for the best. This job is more up your alley anyway.
Come on, Griff, get to the point.
As you may know, tack glands can be refined to a very potent powder. It's the primary ingredient in Teresian ale. That's what makes it so strong. Of course, now that Taris is pretty much wiped from the face of the map, Teresian ale has become somewhat scarce and very, very valuable. Luckily, I know the secret recipe.
So, you want to open a bar?
He's with the exchange. Now, if I give him a small sample of Teresian ale, he says he can synthesize it and reproduce it in mass quantities. Problem is, I need one of those tack glands to make the first batch, and now that Taris is a smoking ruin, the only place to find tack is on Kashyyyk. If you can get your hands on one of those tack glands, I'll make it worth your while. Sorry,
What's in this for
like
me?
I said before, I don't have any credits on me, and Greta won't lend me any. I mean, it's like he doesn't trust me to pay him back or something. But you come through on this, and I promise you'll get a huge payday down the road. 3,000 credits. How? Yeah, I knew you'd come through for me. You won't regret this. I kind of told him I already had the stuff, so if he shows up and I'm empty-handed, well, let's just say I really, really hope it doesn't come to that.
Wow, so why we're not surprised? So we just need to get one tack land, right? I think. Right, let's speak to Mission about her bro.
Hey there. I'm worried about Griff and his latest plan. I got a bad feeling about it. He doesn't know anything about brewing Teresian ale, and now he's got himself mixed up with the exchange. Sometimes Griff can be so stupid. Part of me just wants to let him get what's coming to him.
You can't turn your back on your own brother.
He turned his back on me. He abandoned me on Terrace, so maybe I should just leave him high and dry now. Maybe a couple broken kneecaps will do him some good. Maybe that's just the kind of jolt he needs to turn his life around. Only, what if they do something worse? They might kill him. I don't want him to die. He doesn't deserve that.
No one can teach him this lesson mission, he has to learn himself.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm not gonna change him. Griff is gonna keep on being Griff. Maybe if we get these tack glands for him, things will work out. Or maybe he'll finally see the light and turn over a new leaf.
You really think he will? Oh crap. I haven't left yet. Whoops. I forgot to go to the cockpit and actually take off. My bad. I don't think I've done that before. Oh, right. Right, yep, skip all that cutscene bollocks. Let's just get on with it. Okay. I'm hoping we just need the one because I don't really want to kill loads of little monkeys for the sake of getting these tech glands for a lowlife. Hopefully after this quest we can get onto the main one, guys, and go to the Starforge planet. So we can finally start trying to end this game. Oh, here we go, our first fight in the whole stream. But I don't even think we'll have to fight them. No, we won't. Oh crap, they're following us. Go away. Trust me, you don't want to fight us. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, bitch. Go to the Shadowlands. Oh, I heard one. There they are. Like, how do I engage combat mode?
Yeah?
Hold on.
I'm here.
Is there not a way to, like, attack them?
Yeah? Hey there. What can... Okay.
How do I attack these fucking little tech things?
Yeah?
Oh, I might have to look this up, guys, because it's not letting me attack them. Give me a second. Oh, apparently. Hold on. Zerka hunting grounds. There should be one in one of the crates, but I would have surely picked that up already. In fact, I vaguely remembered picking one up. Yep, they're all empty. So now what? Got a funny feeling I might have missed my chance to do this quest. I'm just looking to see if there's an alternative thing I can do. Maybe if I put in the search bar, where can I buy attack gland? Okay, I might have to just knock this one on the head. I don't think there's a way I can do it. There's no like clear way I can do this. Oh well. I'm guessing you're finishing up soon based on the time. Yeah, I will be finishing soon, yeah. I will be. Once I wrap up this quest, or, you know, if I can't wrap it up, then I'll move on to the next part of the main story. It's literally just turned midnight now. It is 12 o'clock at this very moment.
got something. Oh, I get it.
I know it's a lot of running around, guys, but we are getting there. Can't cycle through what's in those boxes, which is annoying. Okay, I don't think I can accomplish this one. So, we're going to go to the Starforge planet, guys. Oh, do you know who might actually have one? The one person who might actually have one who's got fucking all sorts of shit. It's the dude that's got that special shop on Yavin 4. He might have something. He might have a tech land. Or tech land just lying around. Oh god. Was not expecting this. I guess that's what happens if you keep travelling from planet to planet, you just keep getting attacked. Right, Yavin 4. Oh, who the fuck are these guys? Trandosians. What are they doing here? Oh, are they his bodyguards or something?
to patslimo. Chi ita kanki chana kilikon. Kinba muli rat wanaji.
For some reason, the Trandoshan's voice can't be heard at the moment.
Achua penki. Yun patisa. Di juba jikutka naga. Kingu mwa.
What's going on here, Sivan?
Tong itwama ji human act in ikatune. Chon muri ra tong pa akat intutune. Chino molirani bubo tong.
We are negotiating our contract, Sivan. I think you guys better leave. Or what, you'll force us? Force persuade. Leave now.
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune. Chuna muri ra. Tong itwama jikona. Tong kipa nonku nek abog ki muli ra.
Exactly, we're in one piece.
Ki muli ra.
Okay. No, he hasn't got what we're looking for. Oh my god, look at the state of that one. Damage immunity versus fire, 100%. Damage immunity versus sonic, 100%, 100%. I can actually get... No, wait. That's 22,000. I can actually get that. What armor is the one I've got currently at? It's 11 and 2. But that armor does have a lot of resistances. So 100% against cold, against fire, against sonic. Not sure it's quite worth fucking the amount of money that they're asking for it though. Right, I'm going to go to the Starforge planet, guys, and then I'm going to save it there for tonight. I just want to touch down on where the Starforge is orbiting, and I will save it right there. Yeah, no worries, mate. I'm literally just going to save it now. I'm going to head to the Starforge planet, and then I'm going to save it here. But I'm going to touch down to where the Starforge is first. Starforge system. Here we go. The time has come.
You are
Oh god, that doesn't sound good.
child. But I will break you.
I'll never fall to the dark side. You think torture will turn me, Malik? You're a fool.
Torture? No, dear Bastila. You misunderstand. This is but a taste of the dark side to whet your appetite. When you finally swear loyalty to me, it will be willingly.
Never.
Such resolve in your words, but I see the truth in your heart. The dark side calls to you, Bastila. You hunger to taste it. Become my apprentice, and all its power can be yours.
God. Looks like it's getting more powerful. That's a strange looking planet. There it is. Oh shit. That's a big fleet.
The Starforge. I've never seen anything like it. I'm transmitting these coordinates to Admiral Dodonna. Maybe a quick strike by the Republic can cripple the Sith fleet. Message is away. Now we can just wait for the Republic to show up. We should be safe here. We're outside their sensor range. Small vanguard of Sith fighters coming in hard. Someone needs to get on those gun turrets. Take those fighters out before they report our position to the main fleet.
I'm going.
Incoming fighters!
Easy enough.
Oh, we've got problems. We've flown in some kind of disruptor field. All my instruments are jammed. We've got massive overloads in all systems. I'm picking up a single planet in the system. I'll try and put us down there. Hold on. This may be a rough landing.
Oh, we're used to rough landings, don't worry. This looks like an interesting planet. Beachhead, we've got beaches, rocks, vast oceans.
Whew.
Doesn't look too
Talk
bad.
about your rough landings, Karth. What's the matter? You're flying like you've been on an all-night Teresian ale drinking binge.
That disruptor field fried our stabilizers. We're lucky we made it down in one piece. But if I can't find the salvage to make repairs, I won't even be able to get the Ebon Hawk airborne again.
During our rather rapid descent, I noticed the hulls of many crashed ships scattered across the landscape. Perhaps the parts you need can be found among the wreckage.
The Cathar's right. This planet's a technological graveyard. I saw dozens of downed ships out there. That disruptor field must have wiped them all out. But where could it be coming from?
Even if we get the stabilizers fixed, we have to find and disable the source of that disruptor field before we can take off. Otherwise, we'll just end up crashing again.
Well, that disruptor field could wipe out the entire Republic fleet.
You're right. That Sith fleet we saw must have some type of protection against the disruptor field. We have to find a way to disable it, or the Republic will be slaughtered.
T3's picking up massive power fluctuations on the ship's sensors. They seem to be coming from some type of large stone structure to the east. It looks like some kind of ancient temple.
Let's go check it out.
If that temple's generating power, it probably has something to do with that disruptor field.
Hey, don't forget about Bastila, guys. We still have to rescue her, too.
I only hope we're not too late. Bastila has been Malak's prisoner for a long time. If he can turn her to the dark side, she will join him, and the Sith will be invincible.
Bastila would never turn to the dark side.
I fear Bastila will find the lure of the dark side difficult to resist. She is strong in the Force, but she's also impulsive, willful, and proud, as you once were, Revan.
Have a good night, it's time for my bed. Alright, Average, no worries. It'll be time for me to go to bed as well, after I've done this conversation. I'm going to be signing off after this as well. Well, if Bastila's joined Malak, then she'll suffer the same fate he does. I don't think we'd really say that. We're probably more likely to say this one. Don't call me that, I'm not Revan anymore.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Now that you know your true identity, I was afraid you might slip back over to the dark side. If Bastila feels as you do, there may yet be hope for her.
Well, if Bastila's on the Starforge like you think, Jolie, then we can't rescue her until we disable that disruptor field. The sooner we investigate that temple to the east, the better. We can probably find the wreckage of a downed ship along the way. And if we're lucky, we can salvage some stabilizers from it to get off this planet.
I hope everything works out as smooth as you make it sound, Carl.
Well, so do I, Mission. So do I.
Right, so we're going to save it inside the ship, guys, so I won't be going outside until next stream. Just to tease you all, in case those of you that haven't seen what the planet looks like on the outside. I will be, well, hopefully be streaming again tomorrow. So we will carry on where we've left off today, and I will see you guys in the next one. I'll update my Discord for you guys that follow it and have joined when I will be going live. So apart from that, have a good night, and I will see you next time. Stay safe.